Good morning. Today we're going to talk about what most people don't know about chronic health issues. So, first things first, I thought I'd introduce myself. My name is Andrea Oram. I am a music teacher and vocal specialist. I actually went through TMJ issues for 5-ish years, a little over 5 years, back when I was in college and right after. And I now don't deal with it anymore because I addressed all of those the different underlying factors for the TMJ issues. It took some time, obviously. It took a couple years to fully figure out all these different factors and how they relate to each other and how they affect the body. But that relates to our topic today. So I wanted to let you know that I went through that. I dealt with daily chronic jaw pain, and it was not fun. I almost had to question my life choices in terms of my career, and I almost changed my career for it, which I actually write a little bit about in the Truth About Finding Joy in the Darkness book collaboration. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll send you the link for the book because I wrote a little bit about that experience there. But I just wanted to show you that and remind you that I've been there. I know what it's like. It is hard. It is so hard. And I want you to know that I've been there and I'm for you if you're in that situation. If you are in a chronic health situation and you want to share in the comments, I will be praying for you if you're a praying type of person. If you want me to pray for you, reach out. I'd love to support you and be there for you in your time of need. Here's what most people don't know about chronic health issues. They don't know that oftentimes one leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. They don't necessarily know the compounding impact of these types of things on our bodies, on our minds, and how it all relates and connects to each other. They don't necessarily understand the interconnectedness of the human body. And those of us who deal with chronic issues don't always know that either, actually. Sometimes we think, oh, it's just a jaw issue, when really there's all these underlying factors, these factors that I finally figured out while I was in this process of figuring out how to address my TMJ issues. And it was a long journey. It was a long road. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and pretend like it was easy, because it really wasn't. And there were so many days where I thought, can I do this? Do I want to do this? Do I even want to try and go through all this effort to deal with the underlying issues? There is no quick fix for most chronic health issues. That's a falsehood that is often perpetuated by some types of medical professionals or some types of ways of approaching that. I won't say all for sure, because there are so many people who are clear about how those things affect us, but it really does impact our livelihood and our well-being. For example, diet affects us a lot. I know people with chronic health issues don't like to hear that sometimes because it can be so elusive, but really figuring out and pinpointing things that might exacerbate problems, like certain foods or certain ingredients that exacerbate problems, really does make a difference. It maybe doesn't completely eliminate the problem. It doesn't take away, it's not a magic pill that takes away pain or something like that, but it really can make an impact. I guess that's my point, is there the compounding impact of so many factors in life really does make a difference. So this topped on this, topped on this, topped on this, topped on this, it's this layering effect that really doesn't help the body be able to process and deal with whatever the issue is. All right. So when we don't address maybe an anxiety issue, that can then lead to for example, our gut not processing our food correctly. So even if we are eating really healthy and having the right foods and having the right diet, if we aren't dealing with some of this chronic anxiety or chronic stress, that can negatively impact how we process food. So do you see how there's all these things that affect each other? It's like a layering effect. And most people don't know that. So once you learn that there's this big layering effect and you start to address issues holistically in a way that makes everything affects everything else like that, it does take more time for me. And if you're in that boat, it'll probably take more time for you. I'm not here to tell you it's a quick fix, but I am here to tell you it does make a difference, because I sit here today feeling more well and more healthy than I ever have before. And I can only attribute that to addressing all of the factors and all of the issues at the same time, not just doing one at a time and saying, oh, that didn't work, well, it's not going to help. That maybe isn't true. It might be, but it might not be. And being able to address things holistically or with a big picture lens, with a big picture focus, can be really, really useful and really beneficial. So if you're watching this feeling like you're stuck, if you're feeling like, man, I just don't know what to do about this jaw pain, or I just don't know what to do about this anxiety that I don't know how to handle, I have been there. I'm with you. I'm not there at the present moment, but I'm a step or two ahead of you. And I understand what that feels like. I'm happy to walk you through some of the things that I've done to address those things. They might not work for you. Everybody's body's different, but they just might be super helpful. Being able to hear someone else who's gone through it, who is able to speak about it from a big picture perspective, that lens of looking at all the factors and saying, well, maybe this is contributing to this and also this. They're back and forth at each other. And when you address them together, maybe there's going to be more benefit potentially. So if you need someone to talk to about that, I do coaching on this type of thing too. I know I talk mostly about vocal coaching, but I've done a course if you're going through TMJ jaw issues and you're like, man, they're just telling me to do surgery and that's super risky and I don't want to do that yet. I want to try more big picture thinking, more big picture focus. I have a course for that. I've addressed all of those issues that I went through myself, that those factors that I was like, I don't know where to start, right? And I had to figure it out. It took me years. And if I can share that information with you so it doesn't take you quite as long, that's what I want to do. I want to help you. So you can check out that course in the description of this video. If you're interested in coaching, there's some discussion about that too. You can reach out and I'd be happy to help you or at least share more information with you. All right. So with that being said, I got to get going because I got to go. Got an appointment at 9 o'clock. But I see some people in the comments. I just wanted to say good morning to you, Rosila. Hey, Andrea, good points. Oh, thanks, Rosila. It's so good to have you popping in the comments and saying hello. If you're watching the replay, comment #replay, and I'd love to hear from you too. All right, I'll catch you next week.